1 in 17 live with a severe mental illness, and I'm that one. I'm Hinson, and I'm the writer of QuirkyBirdWords.com and Raleigh Children's Hospital. I triggered with, I didn't understand at the time, post-traumatic stress disorder, and something at the time they called pseudo-seizures, they called psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, and now they're calling it functional neurological disorder underneath the conversion disorder and the DSM. Experience in social media before it was called social media. I was considered one of the top 10 best in my field in the nation by Newspapers Association of America. They pulled me in as a new feed. I'm told that I didn't get out of bed really at all for about a year, 2 years. I lost a lot of my hair. My body went through a trauma that nobody saw. I got these tics and these tremors and the electricity running through my body, and the thing that comes with this every single time, and it happens every time, is pain. It's like pain all the time, and I can feel it when it kind of scatters through. And then that pain kind of goes in conjunction when things get a little bit bigger, and it messes up. You know when you're on a computer and the computer's working right, but everything coming out of the printer looks like a mess, and you're like, what the hell happened here? That's the output. It's like, wait a minute, because I couldn't figure out orientation time. And I would go somewhere and do something, and go to talk to my son, and there's a 20-year-old man sitting in the chair, and he's supposed to be 10. And I'm supposed to help him with his homework. And I'm supposed to do a lot of these things, okay? And I'm like, I know you're chaired, but what the hell happened, kid? You know, you're like 6 foot, and you have facial hair. What the hell? Jesus, it's terrible too, but patchy like your dad. Poor guy. Didn't take after my side. But and then I have a baby that sometimes looks at me, and she knows who I am, and she's happy. So you just go through these weird feelings of confusion because you don't feel like you're really here in time and space, but the pain is always there.
And your drug reaction to narcos.
And I can't take narcos. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to talk about right now is I can tell you all big onset. I'm struggling with pain. I'm struggling with my leg dropping, and I'm having to use a cane, and my limbs aren't working right, but we think it's arthritis or something. Maybe the Enbrel's damaging something. Start pulling me off the gabapentin, start pulling me off of everything, you know. But I can't control the pain, and I go to take my... I have a paradoxical response, and it's really uncomfortable. It's not, I mean, it's bad. I don't like it. I'll be up for days just like, you know, and just, it doesn't work well. And that's something I have to be really careful with all my medications, because my wiring just don't always work right. So I called my sister, sorry sis, out, yeah. And I was crying, and I was really upset. I said, I don't know what to do. I'm in so much pain. How am I supposed to go to work? I work at Raleigh Children's. I have this job. I haven't even been there a year. I left a career 15 years to come do this, and I am like so thrilled in my career, but I am in so much pain. I can't get through the day. I can't get through without anything, and I am walking. You know how big that hospital is? You know how many people I'm chasing through after the day? Doctors, please speak English to a 6th grader so I can get this interview. To, you know, looking at little very ill newborn babies or things like that, and following their parents around and writing their stories and things like that. I couldn't do it, you know, just the pain was so bad. And so she says, stay right there, I'm coming right over. And she comes over, and she brings out everything. She's got her vaporizer, she's got her cannabis, she's got all different kinds. Let me help you. You're going to let me help you. For God's sake. I'm like, for God's sake, you know, I work at a children's hospital, they can smell me. You know, they can smell me. I write a nationally syndicated column talking about my motherhood. Hitting this ain't a part of that, right? I don't want to be found out. This is, well, shit. And then my son's going to find out, and he's going to get so pissed at me. He's like straight edge. I couldn't even get him to smoke a joint if I wanted to. He'd be like, that say no to drugs was terrible. He says no really hard, you know, so I'm afraid he's going to find out, you know? And I don't know what to do. And then what if I have an accident at work or something happens? And you know, you never think about it, but I'm going to test positive for something I never thought about, right? But, anyhow, I really couldn't it got to the point where it's like I have to wait till I get home, or I have to wait till 8 o'clock at night, and then as soon as I get home, to how in the hell am I going to make it past 10 a.m.? And and I have an incredibly high pain tolerance because I do have rheumatoid arthritis, to the point where my doctor is like, you cannot realize how much pain you're in right now. I'm like, nope. She's like, my sensory loads. So the lights hurt, noises hurt, vibrations hurt, questions really hurt because they're kicking over and I can feel something and it just sets it off. And a rapid succession of questions will knock me down on the floor so fast, but we didn't know this for a long time, right? So anytime you're talking to somebody in medical, boom,
Seizure.
Boom, and then I'm up, hi, I'm texting, and they're like, the hell is that? Well, it don't help when the first diagnosis is pseudo-seizures, you faker. Well, really, I want to fake this. I want to fake my way out of a 20-year career that I was a high school dropout that went back. I never finished college. I never fit in anywhere. And I found my home, and I made some good money. Man, when you're a nerd and you can code, shit's awesome, right? I prepared everything for a good life. I bought a home. I lost. During this time, did not like being on all the meds and all the benzos. I could take a benzo 1 milligram and go walk the neighborhood, no problem. I was on 5 of those a day, just trying to manage this noise, but nobody told me about the addictive qualities of it. I didn't know this till I went to Stanford in 2013, and they took me off all of that. And I'm so happy for it, but I was on so many medications that had nothing to do with my diagnosis because nobody here knows how to treat it. Even SS or Social Security had to fly someone up from LA to help me. And then I have the problem of most people here don't even believe what I have while they're fucking looking at me. Really, dipshit? Because I didn't talk like this 5 years ago, In fact, the doctor I had, who had seen me for 7 years previous, this is his response to after I get very ill. He sees me going from a working, functioning mom of everything to not being able to even walk in his office because I can't get my body to listen and everything's just dropping. The signals drop and I'll drop, So they gotta do that so I won't fall. And then the seizures are like back bending, arching, exorcist excursions. I mean, the only thing I'm not doing is puking out green vial, but I can try next time. Make it a Halloween spin. I don't remember where I'm at.
You had me engaged in your seizure story, so.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean the.
See, I had memory drops.
The last
too.
we lost.
Yeah, getting off the meds. They didn't tell me about.
Thank you.
The
from the front, 5 points.
Yeah. So in Stanford, because I still have this really bad stigma about marijuana and being a mom. I'm talking because I tell all my doctors. I don't hide it. So in Stanford, he tells me. I talk to them. And
the doctor who'd seen you for 7 years previously.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay, so this is how he goes. He's not very helpful once he can't fix me, and he sends me out. And then in 2012, I go to the behavioral health care place because I have suicide ideation compulsions that are so severe.
We got 5 minutes.
Okay. Anyhow, so I go through all that. But that gap between getting done there and the doctors, I couldn't get to a psychiatrist, so I needed the med bridge, right? And on that med bridge, I had to go see him. And he's asking me, well, where'd you get all these meds, right? And I said, well, I got them here. Well, why were you there? Well, suicide ideation. And he says, why? And he looks at me and he is disgusted. Well, why? And I'm like, and I'm so shocked. And all of a sudden I'm ashamed. And all of a sudden I'm like, my safe place to talk to my doctor, what the hell? You're supposed to help me, and I feel attacked. And it triggers this, so I can't really say much, and he says, I said, it's been a hard couple of years. He goes, well, it's better than kicking dirt. Okay, that's my doctor. I never went to him again. I haven't seen a doctor since, actually, other than these guys, so that's why.
You got a good doctor now.
Yeah. So anyhow, so there's just a lot of things that we go through, you know, and stigma is so high. And so I'm just starting to speak out about the stigma of cannabis because it does help medicate my condition. There is no path of recovery for me. If you go to the Mayo Clinic and you look up functional neurological disorder, it's like listening to my mom tell me an old wives' tale during pregnancy. Don't put my arms above my head, because if I believe it, it will go away. This is my cure. This is my only cure. This is it. And I've had that said to my partner at the time in front of me. If you get her to believe her diagnosis from UCSF neurologist, who is my last hope, I thought, the fifth one, tell him, just get her to believe her diagnosis and it'll go away. She'll be fine. Well, what's the prognosis? What's the outcome of this? Almost none of us get better. So, you know, bullshit.
You know?
So
Anyhow, part of that.
it's taking back our lives and taking back what it means to be the real 5150, because we're not a joke. We are not last-class citizens for society to dump their ills on. We are not Donald Trump's butt-in jokes. We aren't any of the other candidates trying to blame voters on us, because I tell you, I talk to my peers in the psych ward. We don't want him in our psych ward any more than we want him in the White House, okay? So don't send him blaming on us. Just spit him out. All right, thank you. That's my shtick. No. But I know that we're running short on time.